Yo, my beautiful people, man. Don't question why I'm in the restaurant. I'm just in here chilling. You feel me? I'm vibed out, robe on, do rag on, and that's how we rocking today. You feel me? So listen, I made $700 today, and I want to show y'all, how I did it with cheat code, how you can use cheat code to better your trading on binary options. You feel me? So before I get started, I got to give you a verse of the day. Now I looked this verse up on Google. Just put in verse of the day, and this is what came up. So don't shoot the messenger. Come on now. It say the day of the Lord. Matter of fact, it's 2 Peter 3 verse 10. The day of the Lord will come like a thief. The heavens will disappear in a roar. The elements will be destroyed by fire, and the earth and everything in it will be laid bare. Since everything will be destroyed in this way, what kind of people ought you to be? You ought to live holy and godly lives. So you gotta always remember, number one, you can die at any moment. So your eternity is important. And number two, Jesus can come back at any moment, so you always want to be ready, all right? So make sure you stay prayed up, make sure you keep him first, and we lit. But before I get into this video, I want to say, be aware of the scammers in the comment section. So many fake pages and bots and all that stuff be all in the comment section trying to get y'all to spend y'all money with them. Don't do that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. But without further ado, man, we're going to get straight into this video. Let's go.
Yo, so right now we're going to be looking at cheat code and binary options. Let's get it. All right, so if I'm looking here, we're above this red game over zone, meaning we should be selling off. Let me take a look at the M5, see where we're at. It looked like it's still got a little room to push up. Yep. And so I'm going to go ahead and buy a bunch of these because it has room to push up. Oh, I got a great entry too. Look at that. Boom. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe 8. Yeah, that should be a nice trade for 1 minute. All right. So again, I was looking at the M5, and the M5 looks like it just green cross red here, and it looked like it's trying to push up. Normally we'll be selling off, but I think for a short term, for at least a minute, we should be able to buy before it sells off majorly, probably within the next day or two. You know what I'm saying? So far the entry's looking good. 14 seconds left. 12, 11, 10. Oh, it's trying to come on down to you, boy. Don't do that to you, boy. I got 8 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 4,700, baby. You see it. You see it. You see it, man. You know what I'm saying? A couple of these is from trades I placed earlier. You know what I'm saying? But the main ones you see is this here. You see it, man. So it works, guys. Cheat code, freaking nuts. All right, now it is starting to retrace and come back down. This is on the 5 minute though. If you want to sit on the 1 minute, this is what it's looking like. But usually it goes from cheat code level to cheat code level. All right, so usually kind of know around. You see this one, cheat code level to cheat code level. For the most part, and eventually we will sell off. But right now, I think it's just gonna have room to go in the upward direction, and the reason being, if I can zoom out like on the M5, you see this is the game over zone, and this one is. So it can turn around anywhere between this one and this one. So sometimes it may go up in here and then finally turn around. Sometimes it may go through it and then start a new trend. But for the most part, these are the levels that we usually get a turnaround. You know what I'm saying? So let me move over here and give you guys some insight. So there's a couple things on this chart that I do have that helps me with better entries as well. A lot of these things I used at the beginning, but I started to use them again now. So I still have my 10 and my 7 and 2 moving average with the crossover. That's going to be for my cheat code levels on pocket options. I got my 200 moving average to show me the trend, which is an uptrend right now. All right. I got my Keltner channel, which is this blue shadow. All right, and then I got the zigzag. So the zigzag lets me know. Let me kind of zoom out a little bit so y'all can see it. All right, the zigzag lets me know whenever the market usually gets pushed up in the direction. You see how this had made this here? This has to push down to form another zigzag, and then push up to form a new one, push down to form a new one. So right now it has no zigzag this way. So the market has to come this way, eventually to form that zigzag before it can push it back up. You know what I'm saying? And as long as that happens above this 200, we're good. So I look at that, you know what I'm saying? And right now you see it is trying to push down to form that zigzag, but eventually it will form it. Like I said, it could continue to go up and then form it later, kind of how this one did. But if you look at other pairs, like, you get a lot of smaller ones. So for instance, like this one, perfect example. You see how the zigzag formed here and it formed here, but we have no zigzag up here yet. Meaning the candles have to come back up here, you know what I'm saying, to form another zigzag. And so that's kind of how I use the zigzag on here to kind of as extra confirmation on, where the trade is going. You know what I'm saying? And so this is the kind of stuff you can use. This Keltner channel, this blue shadow, for those of you who don't know, this one is going to help me monitor trade, where the direction of the trade is going. So for instance, if I zoom in on this one, if the market is here, right, and it's going to come down, I need to know how far it may come down. So I put this blue shadow Keltner on here to monitor it. So you can see previously, we come down around in this middle and we go back up, sometimes dip below. But for the most part, we know in this middle area is where we should be turning around. So if it's up here, we know we can probably sell to at least this middle or start buying when it hits this middle, going back up, came back down, came back to the middle, went up, came back down, came back to the middle, went up. So I use that to monitor kind of where the trade is going. And then once it finally changes and breaks through, then you'll be able to monitor it the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I do it. Also, if these candles right here, see, I told you it was gonna go up. Look at that, boom. But if these candles come down here below the Keltner, like if it comes outside of it, eventually the candle's gonna have to push back up, in this area, because it has to stay inside this blue shadow. You see how they push too far outside the blue shadow, had to come right back into it. So you can use all of those, right? I use all these as confirmation when I'm trading. It just kind of helps me see it better. If you don't like all that stuff on your chart, you don't have to, but it kind of helps me see everything better. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is trading. Like, this is, I tell people all the time, man, you want to get in that demo account and you want to practice. You know what I'm saying? You want to really get in there and really practice. Don't rush the process. Don't rush and try to just throw your money in there if you don't really know exactly what you're doing, because it can get ugly and you're going to get discouraged and you're going to want to quit and you ain't going to want to do it no more. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it 100. But if you take your time, and I tell people all the time, look, discipline is going to be your biggest asset when it comes to this. All right? Because a lot of people be up and they don't take their money, or they overtrade it. And then it's like, bruh, what is we doing? You know what I'm saying? So, you got to have the discipline. You got to have your rules set in place to where you don't go over your rules. And that's just what it is. All right. So again, recap. If we're looking at cheat code, all right, we zoom in. Anytime the candles, these candlesticks, are above a game over zone, we're looking for a reversal. Sometimes it may not be the longest reversal in life, right? It may just be a minute reversal, 2 minute reversals, meaning an extra 1 candle, 2 candles. So you can time it that way. If you're not sure, I always tell people, pull up your demo right next to your live account, open it in incognito mode. You got incognito mode right there. Open that up, go to pocket options, and then pull up the demo. You ain't got to log in. Just pull up the demo, put it next to it, place the trades over there first. And if you was wrong, get your better entries on your live. You can always do that. I do that on the weekends, for the manipulation purposes. But yeah, so all this kind of stuff works. You just got to work it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the system. It's normally us. You know what I'm saying? Because I had all the excuses in the world when I was losing money on here. Like, oh, man, they trying to play me, this and that. But nah, bro, it's really me. You know what I'm saying? Either I'm overtrading, I'm not seeing the setups, I'm trying to make the setup happen because I want to rush the process and it just get ugly. But when I take my time and really, wait till the strategy comes to me, wait till the trade comes to me and I can see it clearly, then that's when I make the good money. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm rushing everything or not sure, but I'm getting in anyway, then that's when it get ugly. You know what I'm saying? So take all this into consideration, man, and really just start withdrawing y'all money when y'all up Instead of, I know you want to compound it, but right now compound it in your bank account. You know what I'm saying? Compound the money in your bank account. You ain't got to compound it on the platform. As long as you withdraw, your bank account is filling up. You know what I'm saying? So do it like that, and I think you'll be just fine. You know what I'm saying? If a strategy worked once, it'll work again. You just got to work it. You know what I mean? Don't constantly switch up a million strategies. Stick to your same rules. You can have 2, 3, 4 of them, you know what I'm saying? But stick to those. Don't keep looking up new stuff. Like, stick to what you know, and it'll continue to pay you. All right? So, Lord willing, man, I'll be able to see you on another video. And peace.
Going to different locations, how they got one, I need some direction. Me and Vinci go up every session. Cook it up, yeah, you know it's no pressure. Yeah, you know how we do what we all in. We can slow up and you never catch.